You know, I love me my physical media, right? All my VHS, all my DVDs, all that stuff. I love to have it and, have a movie that I can cherish and I can watch it anytime I want. See, I prefer that over going to all different kinds of streaming services, subscribe to one, bootleg from another. What a pain in the ass. Anyway, I went through that whole pain in the ass and I went to find something that I'd heard about and I kind of really wanted to see. This here I found on Amazon Prime, because I am a Prime member and I'm a sucker. I found The Monkey. Yeah, The Monkey. I don't know if you've heard of this before. This is written by Stephen King, adapted from the 1980 short story. This one is made by Osgood Perkins, the son of the late great Anthony Perkins, Norman Bates himself. He's been into the movie making business for a while now, and I think it really shows in a movie like The Monkey. It's pretty silly. Let me just get that out of the way. It's about a toy wind-up monkey, but it's actually like an evil artifact, or maybe it's the devil itself or something. Anyway, anytime anybody winds up this monkey, bad things happen, i.e. people die. The way that the people die is usually pretty freaking hilarious. A lot of good kills in this movie. And most of them are like actually accidents, I guess, or things set in motion by the magical power of this evil wind-up monkey. So the concept is kind of absurd, and the characters are really off-putting. The gore is really, well, not out of place, but really shocking and silly for the most part. But the actors are all playing it straight, as if this were a real phenomenon that's happening. You get like well fleshed out characters in here. It's actually about a set of twins whose father died under mysterious circumstances when they were younger, raised by their single mom, played by the She-Hulk. One twin is like 3 minutes older than the other, and so he holds it over the other one for his entire lifetime, and he's just an asshole and he's a jerk and he bullies his 3-minute younger brother like throughout their entire lives. One of them becomes, of course, reclusive and doesn't speak a lot, and the other one just goes off on a crazy tangent. Apparently the father found the monkey somehow, came across it, I don't know, in the military or something like that, tries to get rid of it, but unfortunately ends up passing the curse on to his sons. The rules of this curse are really kind of vague and basically like promises that bad things are going to happen if you fuck with this monkey or whatever, and you can never get rid of him. Basically, as these two twins grow up, they grow apart, and one of them is like obsessed with the curse, the other one is like, obsessed with getting away from that and avoiding anything to do with that, and purposely avoiding his son, who he only sees like once every year or something like that, just because he doesn't want to pass this curse on to his son. But meanwhile, the curse has been affecting his brother. His brother's been obsessing about it. His older bullying brother, 3-minute older bullying brother. And in their adulthood, they're played by the same actor. But I think the kids, as when they were kids, they're played by like real life twins, which I think made it more authentic, because those two characters couldn't be any different. Whereas the adult actor, I think he's doing a pretty good job of playing like both sides. But his look, I mean, it's the same guy. You can tell it's the same guy. Anyway, there's that twin sibling rivalry dynamic, the dead parents syndrome. Like eventually the mother gets killed by the monkey's curse. Several people, like even like foster parents of theirs, die in horribly tragic, gory accidents that, like I said, are kind of funny. And that's one thing I found refreshing about this. This came out in 2025, so just like months ago. And I gotta say, for a newer horror movie, I haven't seen that much lately, but I don't know, like they're intentionally either toning down the gore and the violence or whatever to capture a greater audience, or they go completely the opposite way and they overdo it. This one finds a good middle ground in the way that the story is still presented to you seriously and ominously, and it's kind of spooky and kind of like, oh my god, evil monkey, what's gonna happen next? That's all pretty good, but the gore, like I said, is really funny, and it kind of takes you out of it a little bit, but it brings you right back in with like the gravity of the situation, and it gets pretty absurd and it gets pretty over the top, but I really appreciated that. I thought The Monkey was a pretty good scary movie made this year. It wasn't the craziest thing I've ever seen. It was pretty crazy, and it certainly wasn't bad, so it wasn't so bad that it's good, but it wasn't so crazy that it's great either, but it was very good. Very entertaining watch for me. I don't know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give The Monkey 2025 a B-. As I said, minus only because it seemed a little slick, the production. I appreciated it more as the movie went on, but it did seem very modern, even though it was supposed to be set in like the 90s or something like that. Still played out pretty good, pretty funny. So Osgood Perkins / Stephen King's The Monkey gets a B-. Best I can do for you, monkey. So until next time, stay spooky, kids. Get ready for some more October Horror-a-thon. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. You know, I forget to say it, but you better do that. And until next time, happy Halloween and have a good one, everybody.